want to take you guys along for another one of these editing tutorials. Today, I'm going to be editing some street photography photos that I've taken in the city of Rennes, which is in France, which is where I live. And I'm going to be using my cinematic Lightroom Moody preset, which you can find in the description below. It'll be the very first link. So I've shown you what this preset does to your portraits, or what it can do to your portraits if you use it well. But I haven't really shown it used on non-portrait photos, right? So today we're just gonna be editing, photos with buildings and streets and, just a bunch of people walking around. And this is just so you can see what it's doing to, regular photography that doesn't necessarily include faces. Now, this is just to show that you can use this Moody preset for more than just portraits. So the first photo we're gonna start with today is this one right here. So the first thing I'm gonna do is apply the cinematic Moody preset. And as you can see, it is already giving the image a very moody feel. Now, again, as I always say, don't just stop here. What I am going to do is go in the settings and tweak them until, I find a look that I like. Now, I already like this look, but as you can see, the shadows are a little too dark. So, for example, I could start by raising the shadows. Something like this. And this is already bringing back some details right here that we couldn't see before. So this is just a little example of what I mean when I say go in and tweak the settings so that it fits your photo. We don't all take photos the exact same way. We don't all use the exact same gear, right? So different photos, different photographers are gonna differ from each other. So you can use the preset, you should use the preset, but then what you should also do is go in and make some little adjustments. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the white balance a bit. I'm just gonna put it on daylight. Yes, and I like what this does. Now I'm gonna put down the highlights a bit, and I'm also gonna put down the whites. Then I'm going to maybe tweak the framing a bit so that it's a little bit more straight. Perfect. Now, to me, this looks already great. I wouldn't even mind stopping right here. But of course, you could go in using masks and try to apply some different effects to the image. Now, I don't think this is necessary for this photo, but I'm just gonna show you guys a little bit what I mean. For example, I could put the exposure all the way, down like this, right? And I could go in with the masks and apply, say, a radial gradient, put it here. Since I see that there's some light on this side, I could bring up the exposure to bring back some of this light. Perfect. And just drag it like this. Boom. So right now I just used a, small radial gradient to just add some more style to the image. So if you do it before, and after. So as you can see, this little effect I added with the mask really helps to, draw the attention to this part of the photo, which is where the light is hitting. Now you can even go in after and, raise up the highlights a little bit, maybe raise up the whites. Yeah, maybe if you want to warm the image a little bit more, something like this. So this is where I would stop with this photo. Okay, now let's move to this photo right here. So again, I'm gonna add the cinematic Moody preset. And this is looking good, but I do wanna bring back some detail over here. And as you can see, the image looks a little bit warped. That's because of the lens distortion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down to lens correction and click on enable profile correction. And this is going to sort of like undistort the image. And Lightroom is really great at doing this. So if your image is looking a little bit distorted, that's probably because of the lens distortion. So definitely go in and enable profile correction. You can even remove chromatic aberration with just the click of this button right here. So that is a great tip. So again, same thing I'm gonna do is raise up the shadows a bit so that we can see more of this detail. I'm gonna put down the highlights so that it's less, overexposed. That way we can actually see the details in the sky. Then I'm gonna warm the image up a bit. Now, I think I had my white balance to the wrong setting. when I was shooting this, I should have had it on daylight, but I think I just had it on auto, which I usually don't do. But, you know, sometimes that happens. So I'm gonna put it on daylight. So, you know, the colors are accurate now. It's a very, very good white balance. And this is looking great. I can even bump up the shadows a bit more, maybe bump up the exposure. Now you could stop there. Again, if you want, you can go to the masking settings and add some masks, some effects to, you know, make different parts of the image pop as you wish. But I usually don't do this for, you know, city shots. I usually only do this for portraits, but you can definitely go ahead and do that if you wish. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to this one. I really like this shot with, you know, the main building centered in front. So, as usual, what we're gonna do is apply the Cinematic Moody preset. Perfect. Now, I know a lot of people like when it's this dark, you know, so that the building right here is really popping. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise up the shadows, you know, just to bring back some more details in the shot. What I'm also going to do is the image is a little bit distorted, so I'm gonna apply the lens correction. Perfect. Now this undistorts the image a bit. I'm gonna crop it a little, just like so. And then what I am gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna add a little masking effect. Let's see, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a radial gradient in the middle right here. And then I'm gonna brighten that a bit, because I really want this building all the way in the back to pop through. So I'm gonna do that. And perfect. Before, after. This is great. Then I'm gonna set the white balance again to daylight. Perfect. Now let's look at the before and after. So you can really see the effect that, you know, this preset is having on the street photos. So there you have it, the Cinematic Moody preset used on non-portrait photos, right? Just on some regular street photography. Now, if you like this style and you want to try it for yourself, you can get my Moody Lightroom preset using the first link in the description below. I've worked really hard on this preset and I really think you're going to enjoy it. So if you like my content, you like my videos, you like my work, my photography, and you want to support me along with my channel, then I will really appreciate it if you checked out the Moody preset using the first link in the description below. Now, if you want to see this preset used on portraits, you can watch this video right here. And you can also click here to subscribe to my channel. I would really greatly appreciate that. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're really close. I really think we can do it. So I would really appreciate if you subscribe so you don't miss another one of my new videos. This was Samuel Peter from Human Photographs. Thank you so much for watching. Stay creative, keep creating. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.